I don't care how patient of a person you are, when you hear whining all day long, it could make you explode. And I'm here to tell you my secret solution to stop your child from whining today. Hi, my name is Sabrina. I'm the creator of Helpful Little Humans. I help parents foster their children's natural, independent, and helpful spirits. So, whining, it happens to the best of us, it happens to every single kid, and you're still a good parent if your child whines. But I understand the desire to want to break this bad behavior. You may have heard that kids thrive in routine, but I would like to add that kids also thrive with good habits. And that is why I'm such a big advocate for habit training. I go over this extensively in my independence course, which you can see the link below. It's so great to use here for whining, building good habits to stop whining. Good habits are the foundation for a child's good character and behavior. With whining, we want to reinforce the good habit of calm communication. We want to reinforce this idea of talking with a kind voice. So we can ask our children, are you using a kind voice? Is that a kind way to say that? This idea of speaking to us in a kinder tone. This is going to depend on the age of your child. If they're really young and they're whining to you about wanting a toy or wanting to go outside, whatever it is, you can say to them, you're not using your voice in a kind way. You could say, may I have that toy? Or may we go outside? And if they're really little, maybe you don't wait for them to repeat it back to you. Maybe all you want is just for them to stop whining. So maybe they're just letting that simmer and they stop the whine. Or maybe they do even repeat it back to you, and that's great. When they're older, I would ask them, are you using your voice in a kind way? And let them answer that question for themselves. If they're really, really heated, maybe they need a moment to like breathe and they're not going to answer you that's a kind way. And maybe you need to model for them and say, a way you can ask instead is, may I have that? Or maybe go outside to play, and then wait for them to repeat it back to you in the kind way that you suggested. When they're older, they should speak back to you in the way that you want them to speak, that's not in a whining tone. Now, why are our children whining in the first place? Maybe they're really tired or hungry and just feeling so cranky, and then their emotions are now getting the best of them. And this is why the second thing you need to do is teach good vocabulary. We want to educate the whole person, and one of the things is to have them understand what they're feeling and be able to put a name to. One of my favorite ways to teach my child about their emotions is through this book, All About Feeling. This book goes very in depth about every single feeling and what a person could be feeling inside when they're feeling angry or sad or scared or whatever it is. It even gives colors to the different feelings. Maybe you're feeling angry, so you could feel like the color red. It breaks it down very simply for really little kids, and it's great for older kids as well. My child has expressed to us many times, when you did that, it made me feel really, really sad, or I was feeling very frustrated. And he would have never said that if we didn't teach him the proper words to go with those feelings. Lastly, the biggest tip, and lastly, the most important tip is to follow through. If you tell your child they're not going to get what they want until they stop whining, then you need to make sure that you don't give in and give them what they want until they stop whining. Sometimes they just keep whining and whining and whining, and then you just give in and give them what they want just to make them be quiet. And that's not teaching anyone anything. In fact, it's teaching them that they can just keep whining to get what they want. You need to learn that I will not get the thing that I want unless I stop whining. So again, use your judgment. If it's a really, really little kid and they don't know how to repeat back to you yet, maybe exactly how you want them to act, I would just, as long as they stop whining, then maybe, give them what they want. Or maybe as long as they're listening to you as you model the correct way to say it, then give it to them. But when they are a little bit older, and I'm saying like 3 or 4 years old, not like 7 or 8, like 3 or 4 year olds should be able to repeat back to you exactly how you want them to talk to you, and then you should give them what they want. And just a bonus thing, I think we all need to reflect on ourselves, how we are acting to other people. We are talking to our friends and family or strangers. Are we talking in a kind tone all the time? Are we being polite? Are we whining or nagging to our spouse about different things? We're all human, including our children. And so while they're learning this good habit, they're going to probably break the good habit and whine every so often. And you need to remember that you probably do too. This is a great habit to learn together as a family. Give your child some grace and just constantly reinforce the good behavior that you want to see from them by practicing these good habits. The more we practice, the easier it becomes, and it just becomes second nature. Comment below anything you want to see in the next video, and I hope to see you there.